Mr. Solih, I want you to talk a little bit about these very concerning visuals that are coming in from places like Kharkiv, Odessa and also Kyiv. These are at least 3 different cities that we are looking at this point of time, where the skyline has been lit up with explosions. We still do not know the scale and also the extent of damage that they may have caused. But at this moment, there must, one would assume, panic in places like this if the reports that are coming in of missile strikes are true. Brings up to speed with what is happening in many of these other cities, not just in the Donbas region, but indeed in deeper into Europe, which are witnessing these explosions.
Yes, indeed, these are very disturbing images coming from the cities that have not seen war for decades. Perhaps the last time these cities, the residents of these cities experienced war was World War II. So this is almost surreal. As I said earlier, I woke up today to the sounds of explosions and the fighter jets flying over Kyiv, the city of 4.5 million people. I've checked immediately the trains from Kyiv to Western Ukraine. All of the trains were fully booked. You could not get tickets for these trains. I talked with my friends that live in Kharkiv, which is some 60 kilometers from Russian border, and where also the heavy shelling was reported. My friends were considering leaving the city as soon as possible, and similar events and similar cases we see all around Ukraine, where people are confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know if they should stay in the city, if it's safe to stay in the city, or whether they should leave, whether they would be safe if they leave. There are so many questions which most of the people don't have answers to. The government of Ukraine, Ukraine's president, addressed the nation. He asked Ukrainians to remain calm, to remain in place, and follow the instructions, and be ready and prepared to start evacuations if directed so by the local authorities.
Absolutely, indeed. And at this point of time, has Ukraine carried out any evacuations per se from the frontline areas along the borders with Russia?
Not that we've heard of. Again, this all started just some 2 hours ago when Russia started, outright open military aggression in Ukraine, where Russian military started shelling Ukrainian cities. So far, there have been no reports of evacuation, but again, the president of Ukraine asked Ukrainians to remain vigilant and to follow the instructions of the local authorities if and when they are instructed to evacuate.
Absolutely, indeed. And also, Mr. Solih, just before we let you go, this of course is an extremely difficult time for the people in Ukraine, and the world, of course, has expressed its support and its solidarity in terms of what is happening there at this point of time. This, of course, is the beginning of a conflict, and one hopes that things don't actually get worse. But for someone who is in the capital city, in Kyiv, virtually in the heart of action, if one can so put it, what is going through your mind as the people of Ukraine, including you, brace for the Russian onslaught?
Well, the first and foremost, I started packing all of the essentials earlier today when I woke up, in case I'm being told by the local government to evacuate. Once I'm done with this call, I'll most likely go out and get some groceries in case I will be stuck here for prolonged periods of time. I also have my power banks fully charged in case there is a blackout, there is no electricity. So my friends who live here in Kyiv, I'm talking to, they're doing exactly the same. They're stocking up on food, they're stocking up on water. They are gathering their stuff, their essentials in case they need to evacuate real quickly. But they're also prepared to stay put and see what happens next.